Hopefully, people can hear me. We're, we're going to be making some decks today, and we're going to be streaming. So, let's get in here. So, what do I want to do today? Well, first, we're going to maximize. And then let's go in, take a look at what we can make happen. What do we want to play today? I think we should start with a runner. I think a lot of people are doing some really interesting stuff on Corp right now, but I'd like to try out some cool runner stuff. Hey Bushi, hey Ratsuka, hey Tanuki. Alright, so let's do a standard ID. I think there's so much very complicated stuff going on right now on the runner side. It's kind of difficult to put together something that doesn't feel like a Rube Goldberg machine, especially on Shaper. Hmm. I feel like ESSA is still potentially very strong, but you have to be able to deal with all the assets. And all the things that people are installing. You know, we don't have Apocalypse anymore to kind of clear the board. I feel like Freedom has to be good with pinhole threading because of all of the like kill you assets that people are trying to make, right? But then I feel like we're kind of going more towards a kind of whatchamacallit. Man, I can't talk or think today. More towards a mulch deck yet again. But maybe mulch is what's needed right now. Yeah. Hmm. Let's do as. If we're gonna be bad, well, not bad, but if we're gonna try something off brand and we're gonna be trashing lots of cards, we probably want something where we're being incentivized to get Miss Bones down. Pinhole threading is a must have in the current meta. Obviously, we're going to get some of the classics in here. We'll get Casts, Sure Gamble, definitely Class Act, right? Oh, what is the arm called? Uh, Asmund. What do we got here? When you install this resource, search your stack for up to 2 virus or weapon cards with different names. Ooh, that's interesting. So we could do that with like Amakuas, right? What's the subtype? Virus. Oh, why is it giving me cash? Cash is not in standard, is it? Or is it? Oh, no, there we go. I was going to say. Leech is probably a good one for this build. Maybe a botulus or two. Why can I not remember the name of his bionic arm? Masterwork. That's what it's called. Definitely gonna do some boomerangs. Like you can't play as and like not have the boomerangs, right? Q loop. Probably a fermenter for some money. And then the clone chip, symbol chip, so that we can cycle the fermenters. What else? Uh, Flip switch. Yeah, some more draws probably good. So let's look at some draw. What's the filter? Well, yeah, bravado for sure. What's the oh geez, what is the tag, the shorthand in Netrunner DB for text on a card? So I can search for the word draw. Okay. Let's look at resource and events. Bahia bands might not be terrible, but I think we can probably do better. Let's look at neutral and criminal only. So Earthrise Hotel, of course. Verbal plasticity. Right. Event. I mean, these are all like fine-ish. Let's check hardware. Not a lot. The Zenith chip isn't terrible. Maybe as a one of, we can add one of those in since we're already installing a bunch of hardware. Can probably go down to um, 2 symbol chips to try to get something else in. And then see if we can pick up. Yeah, let's get hardware out of here. Pick up some more. Draw. Oh yeah, might want some. Oh, I also probably want more than 2 icebreakers. Can probably go down to 2 pinholes. I mean, realistically, it's probably gonna need to be Earth Rises, right? And then that way we can just get the career fairs, 2 career fairs in there and call it a day. We need backup breakers. You run out of spaces extremely fast in this game. Yeah, I think you're right. But we definitely need breakers. So let's look at breakers. All right. Well, we're gonna put Carmen in because Carmen's really our best killer option, right? We're running Leech, so like Cleaver is not the worst. Hmm. We're probably gonna get Osmond is for Amakua, and yeah, I guess it's kind of our reach. We can go down to one. I like kind of doing the idea of like a toolbox deck. We also don't really have a win condition yet, so we're also gonna need to work on that. Why can I not remember the names of any cards? Unity is the card that I'm looking for. What's the what's the criminal the what's the garbage criminal fractor now? It's not Mackler, is it? Oh no, it's Shibboleth. No, that's not it either. What's it called? Ah, this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So we at least have something resembling a breaker suite now. I don't think we're all in on the Q loop, so we could probably go down to 2 Q loops. Yeah, coffee. What is it? Sve. Oh man. CV. No, that's not it. Sesve. So we're gonna need at least 2 of those. Twinning costs a fair bit, though, right? Yeah. So if we're gonna do it, we need like 2 of them. So we're like really kind of reshaping a lot of this. So I think we're probably gonna have to get rid of Botulus. Um, we're gonna need to get rid of these. All right, we're gonna do something different than what I was originally intending. What's some good influence? Preferably maybe some money influence. I mean, build script is okayish, I guess, if you hate yourself. Um, we don't really have defense against net damage. Not as of yet, no. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So many choices. So we can always toss in a couple of no one homes as net damage and as damage protection. Don't think we need this anymore. We're not searching enough for We're not doing enough of the search plan to warrant the flip switches. We need more money, is what we need. So how do we make that happen? How do we make sure we've got the money that we need? I mean, we've got career fairs, so we could also do liberated accounts, right? And that has the benefit of being a lot of money concentrated in a relatively small amount of cards. What's what's the card? Takabe. Like, what if? Okay, bear with me, everybody. What if we did this and we did a Takabe deck out of as like I think that could maybe work. Like, And then we'll do Shibboleth. I mean, I don't know if this is good, but it certainly is a deck, right? Are there no neutral jobs? That's wild. Alright, we probably need mutual favor. At least one of them. Yeah, maybe diversion. I mean, we're not a deck that necessarily is setting up super fast. So maybe it's not the best. Maybe it's best to just kind of do more reliable money. If we get rid of these, we could put in Aeneas's, and Aeneas's will help us get money off of the cards we're accessing with twinning. So we could do that. And that also incentivizes us to check cards. So let's try that. I think we're definitely far enough along to be able to give this a look-see. I wish Restream showed me how many people were watching on the various things, which is extremely weird. Right. Give me a second. All right, there we go. But yeah, all right. So now we're going to take this into Jinteki format. All right. Oh, right, I forgot about Wake. Wake's like a whole thing in and of itself, but we can come back to that. All right, let's see what we can make happen. What has everybody else been playing? People been doing good, I hope. I've been kind of off and on with my own playing lately, though I have been enjoying the game. I personally have been trying. The mulch decks are super powerful and super cool, but I find them hard to pilot. Like they're very slow and methodical in a way that I'm not used to. And like a lot of the corp decks are like not they're not prisons because like I played in 2014 and I know what a real prison is, but they're prison E where it's just all it's a lot of trashing forks and forcing the runner to like pick when to get accesses and when to trash and like it's all just like board state management forks, right? Like there's not like a lot of fast advance or like glacier decks. It's all is this the turn that you trash the urban renewal, or is this the one that you let fire? Or can you trash these money assets for my Reality Plus deck, or is this the turn that you're going to get oppoed? You know? So, how are the volume levels and everything? I'm going to start trying to stream more regularly here. If I could pick up some subs and stuff on Twitch, that'd be great. So, we're going to see what we can make happen in that way. It's been a weird year, I'll tell you that for sure. I've been doing a lot of cycling, been doing a lot of gaming. Uh, Economic downturn in the U.S. Me and a lot of my other friends in tech were all out of work. There's like hundreds of applicants for every job that opens up. So if you're somebody like me who made the transition to tech fairly recently and doesn't only has about 4 years of experience, it's hard to get seen even for entry level jobs because since the market is so saturated, companies have been asking for 5 to 10 years of experience for what would normally be listed as entry level tech jobs, which is completely insane. All right, looks like we got an opponent, so let's make it happen. We've got a great starting hand, I think. We got money, we've got draw, we've got our console. Seems great. All right, so let's go ahead and sure gamble. Let's put down Masterwork, which draws us a breaker. Uh, and then let's put down the Shibboleth. Let's put down the Earthrise. Next turn, we'll start with the Zenith chip on the pinhole threading, and then move on to some draws. All right. So now we've got that down. So let's draw. Ooh, let's draw again. Let's get some damage reduction down. Hey, Ratsuko, welcome back. I had to lock my cat Heimdall out of here because he is a terrorist. But yeah, I've also started restoring bikes as a side business, which has been kind of cool, and cycling a lot, which is pretty cool. All right. So now we've got some ability to make some stuff happen here. So I think let's get some money. We can afford a little bit to kind of set up and not be too coarse with things because we have this no one home to protect us. I think next turn we're going to start by putting down Aeneas, putting down Boomerang on the ice on HQ, and then bravadoing HQ just to kind of test the waters and see what's happening here. Because they don't have a ton of money. Alright. So, let's go ahead and do what I said we were going to do. We're going to put down the Aeneas. We're going to trigger it to always. We're going to put this down. And then let's bravado HQ, baby. Alright, let's break that. And then continue on with our lives. Yeah, it's Hyubu. Alright, so Ivik, 2 net damage. I know, lady, you want to be in here, but you can't be in here, otherwise the cat's going to come in here. Alright. And we got a card from Zenith Chip. Value. So let's go ahead. We know that there's at least one barrier out there. So let's go ahead and mutual favor. So do we get Amakua here, or do we get... I think we get the barrier breaker here. Because if we get the Amakua as a last click, they're just going to ice up archives next turn, like guaranteed. And for the time being, no one home can be our sentry breaker. I don't like this. What's going on over here. I'm not a huge fan of it. Okay, so that leads me to believe that this is the barrier here that they put back. So let's draw once. Let's draw twice. Let's put down this and this. Ooh, the Takabe. So what we're trying to set up here... Reveal the top card. Oh, right. This is the one where basically we have to make them use all the bits and bobs on it before we can do basically anything. All right. Let's go ahead and let's check server 1. What's the worst that could happen? We die. Sure, we'll prevent the damage. We lost the other no one home, so in a weird way it did its job. Cerebral fucking overwriter. Oh boy. So now they can just keep putting a snare back on HQ. Alright, I don't think this is going to go the way that I wanted, unfortunately. But we're going to figure it out. Yeah, because now they have the snare that they can just permanently keep putting back on R&D if we try to run it. So we're kind of in a game over type situation here, which is not ideal. I never know what these Hyobu decks are doing, which I think is probably part of the advantage of the identity, right? Did I lose Carmen? No, okay. Alright, so we gotta get this down. We gotta get this down. So we can die to a uh, Urtica Cipher here pretty easily. So we're gonna have to, be wary. Let's hit HQ and see if we explode. Alright. We're going to access no additional cards. Let's put that down. This whole deck size of 1 is leaving a lot to be desired, shall we say. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make it happen. Alright. So, how do we win this? How do we not die to the snare? Well, unfortunately, we're like gonna have to check that. So I guess we should probably start with that and see if we're dead. And we're dead. Good game. Alright. Alright. I don't think the engine here is bad by any stretch of the imagination. But I think we definitely need the cerebral really helped. I think we need to be more wary and we need to focus on centrals. Alright, this is not a good opener. We don't have a lot of accelerant. Hoping everything is coming through okay. Not seeing any issues on my side. Alright, so let's draw. Let's put this down. And then let's put this down. And then let's hit server 1. Sure, I'll suffer a core damage for you, boss. Lots of core damage floating around today. Very exciting. Alright, let's see what's in door number. Alright. Let's draw once more. Should have done that first. Let's get some drawdown. But yeah, what criminal decks have people been playing? I've been seeing a lot of the violinist Noisha. Alright, well that's good, because now we're going to get incentivized to check some stuff. Which is always nice. We do need some money cards. Money cards we do need. Sure. Alright, so let's put that down for free. Let's clear the tag. And then I guess we gotta get rid of this Earthrise for now, because we're probably gonna need the Miss Bones this round. All right. 1, 2, 3, and then oh boy. It's like choosing between my children here. We don't have any way to recoup lost cards in this deck, which is a potential problem. Not that that isn't always a problem in Criminal. We need to get this, I know, but we have to prioritize. We can't trash a breaker, money, or our win condition. What do we think? A snare? Oh, that's actually pretty exciting because now they gave us the opportunity to click for a credit and a counter. Oh, we're not going to run last click and potentially steal an agenda. All right, so let's draw. Let's Dirty Laundry HQ. Yeah, that's why we're going to make some runs this turn. Let's hit R&D. Let's hit HQ again. Suffering that core damage, 'cause I'm bad at this game. I think also today, if we have time, I want to work on an ESA deck. Honestly, Hermes is probably still a better console for even for as than Masterwork. Hermes is just too dang good. All right, we're not huge fans of that. That's not a thing that we're huge fans of. But we're gonna. All right. Well, we obviously got to get it. We obviously got to get rid of that. So let's go in there and get it. All right. Well, I also just kind of want to uh, get that boomerang back into the mix. So draw. Let's hit R&D. And then let's get rid of this so they don't have any recover money. Yep. I'm with you, Ratsuka. I feel you. All right. So let's draw. Let's hit R&D. All right. So now we got the engine rolling. We don't have anything to boost, so if we're not able to brake, we're not going to be powering the engine. So the spice is just that we have the Takebe coffee twinning engine to be kind of really efficient at getting accesses in the late game. All right, so let's hit R&D, baby. So we know we've got money on the way. Let's see if they res any ice here. Sure. What was the other thing that we saw? Well, regardless. There we go. We're getting all these free installs. Hey, deer in headlights, welcome. I have to assume that we're going to get purged out here. We probably need like a dock lens for this. And our multi, I think we need to focus on money and setup. And then our multi-access is probably going to be a dock lens. And then the chip, the criminal chip that when you run HQ, you later get more accesses on R&D, right? We're going to die. That wasn't very nice of them. Alright, so let's draw. Let's... Alright. We're working hard over here. Hey, Dunch. Dunch. doing alright. Alright. What's the worst that could happen? Actually, that's really not that bad at all. Alright. Alright. Alright, kids. What are we doing? There's got to be agendas hiding around here somewhere because they're not scoring and we're halfway through the deck. Right? This core damage that we keep taking in these games is not ideal, shall we say, when trying out a new deck. But, you know, it is what it is. And we need Theophilus Bagbiter to the rescue to give us a giant hand. Alright, let's draw. Let's check server 3. Not unsurprising. Getting more money down. Money. I do think I think we need a stronger pressure. So maybe I mean I'm not married to as I do want to kind of focus on I do want to kind of focus on criminal. We're in a bad way over here, kiddos. We're just not setting up quick enough. Right? This is why all the Anarch decks are like 50 cards, right? Because, well, I mean, we're one score away from death in a general sense. Yeah, we're still not finding our other breakers, so we're probably dead. Okay. So we gotta get in here or we are going to lose. So let's go ahead and draw. Yep, that's it. That's game. But we're trying new stuff, so... Alright. Let's take a look at the list real quick. And let's talk about it. So I think I think it's not the worst. All of you, behold my deck list, JNet discipline and despair. All right. Let's talk about things that didn't work. I think the no one homes are fine. I think a lot of this is fine. Um, no, I just actually only keep uh what I'm actually playing listed. All right. Um, what's the name of the job? The something coding? No. It's the Shaper one to install. You can take 3 off of it a turn. Oh boy. Has a P in it. Telework. That's it. Easy goes down easier for us. It just feels so terrible how bloated all of these decks feel all the time now, you know? Is Caldera still in the game? It's just that nobody has the money for it, right? Q Loop is probably not cutting it. We're not doing that type of we're not doing that type of deck, so we will probably actually get Flip Switch in so we can face check a bit more. Yeah, Caldera is so pricely. Pricely? Um, we probably only need 2 Class X. Um, we can't do core damage to ourselves. What's the one that when you hit HQ, you later get a access on extra access on R&D? Hmm. All right. What if instead of doing Takabe? See, but I feel like Takabe's going to be so good in the late game. We just haven't gotten a chance to actually like do the thing, right? Yeah, I mean we could do Turbine. Turbine's expensive though. Yeah, Turbine's probably better. That puts us over influence, and that puts us under influence. What's one? What's one influence that's worth it? Because Yeah, I think it's gonna be Takabee because Takabee fits into the scheme a little better. So if we get rid of the twinnings, or maybe just put one in, um, and then we put in turbine, then that gives us two influence. We were going to add a HQ interface junior, Docklands Pass. Fermenter. I mean, that's a deck. We probably need a second mutual favor, and then we'll get the extra dirty laundry in, and that's a pretty decent starting point. All right, let me move my face. Ooh, Ag Infusion. We're gonna have a time. Let's do it. All right. I don't really like this opening hand. I'm not sure that's better. Let's draw. Let's put that down for nothing. Feels great. And then, yeah, let's get some cards. Then they hit us with the launch party, seamless launch into the agenda that wipes, does one net damage for every card in your hand. GG no re. Alright, so let's get our free install. Let's hit that. Let's get that down. And let's get that down. Viral weaponization. Yeah, I just can't remember card names anymore. It's so funny because I used to be able to tell you the name of any card based on the flavor text of the card. Or like a small, tiny piece of like the corner of the art. And now I can barely remember the names of cards that I used to play all of the time. And then we'll get Carmen down as well. So we're kind of building up our rig here. There's the La Costa. Probably going to be a Nisei here, but we'll see. Yeah. To be expected. Alright, so let us pray. And then we got to try to get rid of this. So we're at least going to try to force an ice res here. They're deciding whether or not to toss us. I'm actually really liking these teleworks thus far. They go down easy when you pay nothing for them. Alright. So let's run archives. Let's run archives. Let's put down Miss Bones. Get some money. Amaku is such a well-designed card. It's unreal how good of a card this is. Alright, so now it's all on the table. We can hit anything here. So we probably need one more counter on Amakua for that one code gate. So let's check archives and see if they're willing to res. They really they want to res their big whatever, right? Like that's what they're hoping to hit us with. We got to try to keep the pressure up. All right, 2 down. The nice thing is we're not locked out of archives for recharging Amakua at the current moment, even if they purge, because we've got Carmen down. So let's draw once. Let's get a flip ship. Let's hit HQ. We'll break that for free. Or not for free, for 1. Then, depending on what happens here, we're going to want to get this Earthrise down. Alright, so there's the purge. Alright. Are we going to die? No. Okay. So what's our play here? There's a lot of really bad shit for us hiding around every corner here. I mean, I guess nothing like super miserable can happen to us here because we have the flip switch. I feel like the problem is I'm too. The game has changed a lot as far as like what corps have used defensively, which is a good thing. But I feel like I'm too bold in some ways and not bold enough in other ways because I'm like scared of the wrong things because I'm thinking of older card pools. Does that make sense? Okay, so there's the pop. All right. Let's go through again. And there's the Nisei. Okay. All right, let's hit HQ. Only 5 to break that with the coffee is pretty dang good. The more counters we have on this Amakua, the more we're able to threaten. And having this flip switch in reserve for when they bounce us is pretty good. Most notably, though, we're not on the board, which is extremely bad. I don't know why my camera keeps changing the brightness level. It's very weird. All right. So let's go into server 1. Sure, fine. I'm very okay with that. But now there's no remote. So they have to build up a remote before they can threaten us, which is very good for us. Later today, I'm gonna go do a nice 40-mile ride on the bike, stretch my legs a little bit. It'll be nice. All right, let's hit R&D. Sure. Hey Izzy, welcome. I don't know how behind the chat is, so welcome. Hey Chris. Playing one of my all-time favorite boys. Hey Olkrond, what's up? Long time no see, my friend. Alright, let's draw. Alright. Let's Bravado Archives. I'd love to have a twinning down. Yeah, getting the counters going for this, for bypassing big barriers. Love to fully break Hydra for 3 credits. We cannot seem to catch a break with these accesses, though, huh? Because we've accessed a fair number of cards this game and not hit agendas. Yeah, it do be like that sometimes. Like that it do be. That's a nightmare. We're gonna definitely be breaking that with this. There it is. There's the viral weaponization. I knew there was one floating around. Alright, let's draw. There you are. Alright, so unfortunately, we don't have enough MU for what's going on here. So I think for now we got to keep this in reserve and wait for a purge to get it down. Yeah, we don't have enough MU for what we're building here. Because we also don't have room for this fermenter, right? Mm, that is less than ideal. Let's draw. Alright, let's hit HQ. Alright, let's see if we can fish an agenda out. We got another viral. Then let's just click for a credit. Being safe is what's going to win us this game. Okay, so now we have big decision time. All right, we're not going to make a ton of runs between now and the end of the game. So now do we replace the Amakua with the turbine? I think we do. Let's draw. Let's dirty laundry archives. We can build up some counters while getting some money. Let's draw. Let's draw. We need something. We need some additional memory source. Alright. Let's put down a telework. We're going to keep farming. Right? Because we're getting what we need here. There's a dock land. That's exciting. We have a lot of money. All right. Well, I think now's the time. So I think first click, we put that down. That's not the worst. We're keeping them honest. we got some pressure building. I feel like there's a 5-3 in HQ, right? We'll get rid of that. Let's get rid of. Let's force the res on this spin doctor. So what's going to happen now is we're going to run R&D. Sure. Um. Yeah, everything else can fire. Oh wow, we didn't hit shit. Yeah, I mean we can talk about getting Buzzsaw or doing a different deck. So we know that there's nothing in R&D for us, but there may be something in HQ. So I think this is the type of situation where we just try to get through on HQ and see what happens, right? There we go. Good game. Yeah, they were all in there. All right, we got there. So I think if we look at the deck, we've got something a little bit more functional now, but we have a couple of problems. Most notably, we don't have enough MU for what we're playing. So that's obviously a problem. I don't think Aeneas is doing enough for us, so I think those slots can come back to us. Hey, Game of Droids. All right, so We need some mem chips. Oh, Buzzsaw's only one influence? Ooh. What about, what's the other one? Cleaver. Is Cleaver only one influence? I feel like it's two. Yeah. So, I don't know if Cleaver is as good for us as the other one is, though. I think Buzzsaw is better for us. Um, so that gives us an extra influence to play with. Yeah, but the turbine just kind of gives us a flat bonus, which kind of plays a little better with coffee. Is there a mem chip that we can get in here for one influence that would be good? Hmm. Any other resources, preferably connections or jobs that we could put in for one? I mean, does DJ do anything for us in this deck? DMZ isn't bad. I mean, it's not great, but like it does stuff for us considering we install a fair bit of stuff over the course of this game. The hand size. Oh right, it's Rotato. Uh, we needed influence for something. At least this only costs one for us to install, right? Well, come on, everybody. What are some one influence cards? Hmm. Stone Sip chart room's not bad. Sure, that's a deck. Um, what's even more money? What's even more money that we can get into this deck? Is Solidarity badge, is that only one influence? Oh, wow. And it's a hardware. That certainly is something. But it's only when we trash cards is the issue. Info bounty. Sure. Uh, we'll toss one of those in there. Alright, let's find another game. Sure, this is a bunch of money and an Amakua and some draw. What's not to like? Wigonometry. Alright. Well, let's start getting some programs down. Do we not have boomerangs in this deck anymore? Oh no, we do. Alright, we gotta start forcing some money spends. I think we're gonna end up going towards Hermes with this deck. Alright, let's draw. Okay. Let's draw. I mean, at some point we gotta face check some ice. Alright, let's force the use of the Spin Doctor right now. Or trash it. I'm okay with that. All right, let's hit HQ. Let's jack out. Let's. All right, we can get Carmen down next turn and start going to town. Let's check R&D, try to burn up as much money as we can. Show me Hordem. There it is. Yep. Let's check archives. That's probably fine to just fire. We're getting the money spent. That's what's important here. All right. So we kind of got the Breaker Suite going. I don't think Amakua is going to be doing much for us. Oh, that's a Biovault. That's exciting. Another copy of Winchester. We're going to get rid of this Biovault. Or they're just going to use it. Hey, Kira. Welcome, welcome. All right. We need the turbine. Hmm. There it is. Just gonna see if I can get the ice res here. If I don't get the res, I'm gonna jack out. I know there's a second bio vault. I can't do a ton about it. But yeah, if you're on Twitch, and I do have affiliate status, so if you want to hit me up with a sub or the Amazon sub and use some of Bezos' money, I'm gonna try to do more everyday streaming. So, all right, jack out. Let's math this. I'm only gonna need one, so I should be able to dirty laundry R&D here. So let's do that. Hey, Neon Static. I'd love to have Docklands before I make that HQ hit, right? Hey, Rayotan. Yeah, I was trying out just some like reg as stuff with some of the multi-access stuff and just you know as is additional draw and just the cheaper installs as a way of setting up a big rig more quickly. Okay. All right. So first things first. Let's get twinning down because there's never going to be a situation where it's going to be easier. And then we're going to try to get rid of this biovault. Yeah, we had to get rid of that. Hostile? Alright, we gotta hit HQ. It's turn 16. Right. Oh, right. God, the stupid. That feels bad. Wait, am I even going to be able to get through this? No. Alright. Alright. So let's hit R&D, I guess. What a nightmare. Boomerangs can help us. That's true. I do have Link. That rhyme just fucked up our very nice math uh, on those Winchesters pretty handily. All right. So we need 1, 11, Um, and we need 20 to get in to HQ one time. So all right. The boomerang for the tree line is gonna help a lot. So what's the play here? I think we forced the BioVault usage on the remote. Yep. Okay. All right. We're going to be ready to make the push next turn on HQ. Gosh, I wish we had found the Docklands Pass. We're working hard out here. One run. One run. Holy crap. Yeah. Whew. Whew. And that extra access was probably the difference because, like, it was going to take us multiple turns to get the money to go through there again. I actually don't hate this as deck, like, at all. I think it's pretty solid, if we're being honest with ourselves. I hate this. I hate it so much. There's got to be a better solution. How many MU is Hermes? Is Hermes only 1 MU or is Hermes 2 MU? Oh, it's only 1 MU. Gah. Um, Gosh, part of me wants to do what's it called? Spinal modem. No, that's not what it's called anymore. Spinal graft. Um, Essa's Zier's console. Maui's so bad. Um, it's not spinal modem because spinal modem doesn't exist anymore. Ooh, marrow. I knew it had something to do with bones. It's only one. It's only 1 MU. Also, I thought it was 2. Since we're trying to build stuff, Keiko isn't off the table. It's just an enormous amount of influence, just like Maw. But at least Keiko's affordable, right? But if we did Keiko and like a single companion, that's like the whole rest of the game, right? Or that's like the whole build for the deck is just that. I mean, I did not feel terrible about this. Um, I do feel like we need like some career fairs, maybe. Um, I think Info Bounty was kind of a nothing burger. Um, I think maybe we may Pinhole's so good though. Like having Pinhole in faction is such a good. Well, not that it's a ton, but just being able to toss it in is like such a good thing in our deck. See, Masterwork is a one cost one MU console that lets us draw cards because we do have a fair bit of hardware, and also lets us like install a boomerang right as we start running, or a Docklands Pass right as we start running, which is like huge when we're going to be super compressed for time as a reg deck, right? Yeah, just buy, install it with 2 CVs. Yeah, easy peasy. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep putzing around with this. I gotta make myself lunch in a minute here, cause I'm hungry. But I'm gonna try. Well, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna stream tomorrow also. So if you want to hang out, if you want to support, come hang out, chat, do whatever you want to do. This has been great. I love playing. Something about streaming makes me play slower and more carefully, so I tend to do a lot better. Whereas a lot of times, if I play just kind of willy nilly, I end up rushing and then playing very poorly. But yeah. All right, everybody. This was absolutely delightful. I really enjoyed hanging out with everybody, and hopefully, I'll see y'all again soon. So until I see you all again, always be running.